Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and it's Friday, June 27th. Today marks the release of the latest edition of our English language Phuket News newspaper, as well as our Thai language sister paper, Gao Phuket. Grab your copy at locations around the island. You're watching Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. Authorities say Phuket remains open and safe after a string of suspicious devices were found at tourist landmarks and neutralized over the past 48 hours, including in Patong, the airport Rawai, and now Surin Beach. Early Tuesday, a routine checkpoint in neighboring Phang Nga province stopped a suspicious vehicle. Hidden among blankets was a timer-wired canister. The two men in the car, Mahama Wadang and another man identified as Suleiman, they confessed under questioning that they had already planted several devices in Phuket, at the international airport, Patong Beach, and Lem Promtep Cape in Rawai. The first three were found and destroyed, including a device found in a motorbike at the airport, a snack can device tucked in sand near Loma Park in Patong, and another at Promtep Cape in Rawai. They were all destroyed. No shrapnel or high-grade explosives were found. Officials say that the gadgets appeared designed to make noise and sow panic, not cause casualties. Earlier on Friday, search teams unearthed another device beneath a tree at Surin Beach and destroyed it this morning. One additional site at Surin and one in Patong are still being combed. Officials say that Surin Beach was not a location initially confessed by suspects as a location where explosives had been planted. Farther north, EOD units in Phang Nga province disabled look-alike canisters on the Saracen Bridge approach and outside the provincial governor's residence, while Krabi police defused at least one other similar device on Thursday. Phuket Governor Sopon Suwanarat has ordered a 3-tier safety upgrade. All people heading into Phuket are now facing higher scrutiny, including facial recognition and X-ray proposals for Ta Chat Chai Bridge, as well as tighter security checks by Navy and Marine Police at piers and coastal waters. Patrols at tourist zones are also increasing, with more uniformed and plainclothes officers in Patong, Katakaron, Phuket Old Town, and Promtep Cape, while municipal CCTV networks are expanded. Personnel at hotels and malls, as well as tour operators, are set to receive refresher courses on spotting suspicious packages. Alerts will be issued in Thai, English, Chinese, and Russian, according to the governor. Defense Minister Phumtham Wachayachai in Bangkok cautioned against linking the scare to the Southern insurgency without evidence, saying, quote, "Speculation hurts tourism more than the device themselves." The airports of Thailand adds that flights continue as scheduled. Residents and visitors are urged to call 191 or 1155 if they spot unattended items. Police emphasize that quick community tips and coordinated EOD action is keeping the island injury-free and that Phuket remains ready to welcome the world. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. When senators accused Thailand's Justice Minister of unleashing fake DSI officers who yanked CCTV cords and demanded confessions, the anti-corruption watchdog steps in. Thailand's anti-corruption watchdog is turning its spotlight on the very officials who normally investigate others. The National Anti-Corruption Commission is ordering a full inquiry into Justice Minister Police Colonel Tawi Sotsong and Department of Special Investigation Chief Police Lieutenant Colonel Yutana Predam after complaints that rogue officers bullied former Senate candidates. According to the petition, filed by about 10 sitting senators, they claim that there were men posing as DSI agents that entered a home in Amnat Charawan province, unplugged security cameras, and pressured 2 ex-candidates to admit vote buying, all without uniforms, badges, or warrants. The same group later issued money laundering summonses to 53 senators linked to last year's upper house race. Senators say that the tactics amount to, quote, political persecution and could damage democratic governance. Interior Ministry directives now require provincial governors to verify any election-related DSI work before allowing local cooperation. The NACC had already conducted a preliminary review. Thursday's vote elevates the case to a formal investigation, with a special panel to decide whether Tawi and Yutana abused power or breached ethics laws. Both officials deny wrongdoing. For Phuketians, the probe is worth watching as the Senate approves key national appointments and budget legislation that shape provincial projects, including tourism and infrastructure spending. A drawn-out legal battle in Bangkok could stall those decisions. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
We're back with Crip, head boy at Head Start International School Phuket, who's achieved the remarkable feat of receiving 5 offers to study at Ivy League universities in the US, as well as Stanford. Crip, you've been enrolled at Head Start since preschool. What will you miss about this place when you graduate this month?
The 2 things I'll miss most about Head Start go hand in hand: the high quality teaching and the close-knit community. Head Start's teachers are true educators, open to discussion and discourse, to challenging points of views and listening to others. Of all the university offers, I've chosen to study at Stanford. Their motto, "The winds of freedom blow," reflects a forward-thinking mindset that aligns with the values I've developed at Head Start thanks to my teachers. At Head Start, everyone knows each other, from the teachers to support staff to students and their families, and that's something truly special. Stanford's collaborative culture reminds me a lot of Head Start, and I look forward to continuing my own journey there.
To find out more about Head Start's high-quality academic programs and teaching team, or to arrange a tour, visit headstartphuket.com.
Lawmakers are hitting pause on legalized gambling. Hotel chiefs see little risk to arrivals and eye a new subsidy instead, a 500,000 night room domestic tourism stimulus launching in July. The Thai government has postponed next week's first reading of its casino-anchored entertainment complex bill, saying it needs more public feedback. But hotel operators are unfazed. Thai Hotels Association President Praset Tayapatranon noted that Thailand welcomed nearly 40 million international visitors in 2019, well before casino talk, and even struggled with overcapacity. The THA president warns that any resort must weigh social impact. Allocating 10% of floor space to gaming, as the draft bill allows, is double the share seen in Macau or Singapore, and tax and regulatory details remain unclear. Praset suggests locating any future complex in a secondary province to spread tourism benefits. Bangkok is already crowded, and destinations such as Phuket have voiced opposition unless locals approve the idea by referendum. For now, the industry pins its hopes on July's half-half hotel subsidy. Under the scheme, the government will subsidize up to 50% of accommodation costs, capped at 3,000 baht per room per night. Each person can book up to 5 nights. In major cities, subsidies will cover 50% of weekday stays and 40% on weekends and public holidays. While in 55 specially designated attractive cities, the Thai government will pay 50% every day throughout the campaign period. Participants must be Thai nationals aged 18 or older and can only use the travel benefits outside of their home province. Discount vouchers of up to 500 baht per night will also be available for use at restaurants and other tourism services. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Cambodian Senate President Hun Sen has publicly rebuked Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra, claiming that Thailand owes him for once sheltering her family and warning that he may release more damaging information on the Shinawatra clan. Speaking in Phnom Penh earlier today, the former Cambodia premier said that Paetongtarn had told him of a plan to oust Deputy Prime Minister Anutin Chambinakul, proof he argues that she would betray anyone. Hun Sen also threatened to air comments he says could be construed as lèse-majesté. The clash follows last week's leak of a recording in which the premier, Paetongtarn, appeared conciliatory toward Hun Sen during a border dispute that turned lethal on May 28. Both nations have since reinforced troops and curtailed crossing hours, slowing trading that normally feeds supply chains as far south as Phuket's tourism sector. Hun Sen insists that Cambodia seeks, quote, mutual respect, but is ready to act militarily if provoked. He further accused Thailand of being the real hub for transnational call center scams, calling Cambodia a, quote, victim. Bangkok responded this week by ordering telecom firms to cut Thai internet links to Cambodia, part of a wider cybercrime crackdown Paetongtarn says will, quote, make Thais safer. Thailand's National Anti-Corruption Commission is already screening complaints about the leaked call. However, Hun Sen also went as far as to implicate former Premier Thaksin Shinawatra, the father of the current Thailand Prime Minister. Hun Sen claims that Thaksin faked his symptoms to appear to be suffering from a severe illness from mid-2023 to early 2024, all to make sure that he did not spend one day in jail. Hun Sen was the first foreign visitor to visit Thaksin after he was released on parole on the grounds of severe illness and age. He flew to Bangkok in his private jet and met Thaksin in the presence of his youngest daughter, Paetongtarn, before she was appointed Thai Prime Minister. Thaksin did not spend a single day of his sentence for corruption in prison. Instead, he claimed to be too seriously ill to remain in jail and was transferred to a VVIP room in the Police General Hospital in Bangkok, where he stayed for 6 months before being granted parole. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thanks for catching us here on this Friday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Have a great weekend out there, stay safe, and we'll see you back here next week. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 US, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.